Trivial Pursuit is back for a brand new season and is a part of the CW's Game Night lineup. So joining me now with everything you need to know is host and executive producer LeVar Burton. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, Blake. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. So, LeVar, let's just start with this. What excites you most about this new season of Trivial Pursuit, and how would you kind of say the tone and pace move throughout the show so the viewers can really get excited for what to expect this year?
One of the things I'm most excited about is season two. Season one was very, well enjoyed by the audience. But I felt on a personal level, I was still getting to know and learn the game. This season, I'm much more comfortable at the podium, and I feel like I'm able to be much more of myself. So I'm more relaxed, I'm more comfortable. The contestants are fantastic. They come from all over the country, and they're great. I mean, a lot of them play pub trivia, they practice, and they're knowledgeable. I say at the end of every episode, Trivial Pursuit, where knowing stuff is celebrated, and that's important to me. We are all educators in my family. My mom, my elder sister, her two daughters, my nieces, my son. If you're a Burton, you are in the education business most probably. And me, I've just taken a little sidestep to show business. But I definitely believe that all TV is educational, Blake. The question is, what are we teaching?
Yeah, what are we teaching?
I've tried to use the airwaves in a very positive manner for almost 50 years now.
Yeah, and you have, and thank you for all that you've done as far as educating goes on television. Now, hosting a game show would be such an interesting job to me because you're kind of doing this dual role of, being a comfort to the contestants, right? But you also kind of have to keep the authority throughout the game as well. So how do you go about keeping the balance while you're hosting these episodes and these games?
I think that balance lives naturally inside of me. The thing that I'm loving most about hosting Trivial Pursuit is I get to be myself, and there's a real familiarity, I think, between most of the contestants and me. They for the most part grew up watching me, and I love it when they come in and we meet, and sometimes they get a little misty-eyed, I get a little teary. It's a lovely thing. But I think in terms of being the host, it's not an easy job, but because there's so much to it. But I love it. It demands a lot of me.
Yeah, I love that. And it keeps you going, keeps you active, which I think would be like a fun role in a way. So obviously we don't want to give too much away, no spoilers here, but anything you can kind of tease for us about this new season's contestants, maybe any twists that are being introduced into the game?
Any twists that are being introduced into the game? Well, it's pretty much basically, I think it's a great translation of the board game to a television show. But in terms of twists, I think for me the biggest twist is I'm just a lot more relaxed.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. I like that. More relaxed, so we're excited to see kind of how that plays out. Now, as I mentioned, Trivial Pursuit is now part of the CW's Game Night lineup, paired with Scrabble, hosted by Craig Ferguson, who we know and love. Now, how do you see kind of Trivial Pursuit complementing Scrabble in this new Game Night block?
Well, first of all, Craig Ferguson, hello. The man's one of the funniest human beings on the planet. I think these two shows work well together. Scrabble is all about words and letters and words and putting them together, and you have to have a certain amount of acumen in order to win at that game, to play it well. And I think the same is true for Trivial Pursuit. You're gonna know some of the answers. You will, and you're gonna not know some of the answers. But at the end of the episode, at the end of the game, you're gonna have learned something. And I love that about our game.
Yeah, I love that too. Like you said, bringing that kind of educational piece into television. Now, you have had such a long-standing career, kind of as you mentioned. So when you look at, just kind of your career, how do you see this show fitting into, just the thorough line of your career and everything that you've done? And because I know the education piece and the curiosity piece is really important to you.
Yeah, I see Trivial Pursuit is absolutely in alignment with that which I am known for. I'm a huge game show fan, have been for a long time, and I'm proud to host Trivia Pursuit on the CW. I'm having a blast, and I want you and your family to come and enjoy with me.
Yeah, well, LeVar, thank you so much for your time this morning. Season 2 of Trivial Pursuit airs Thursdays on the CW, premiering on January 22nd. Don't miss it. Thanks, LeVar.